Iraq are veterans of 7 previous and their former champions. 8 years ago, against all the odds, the Lions of Mesopotamia became Asia's best. This is Brisbane. In the present day, the teams are 2 out of form, in frankly abysmal form of late. Neither has won a match at full level since March of last year. A combined total of 20 winless matches. Well, Group D is about who can keep pace with the defending champions Japan. They've just beaten Palestine 4-0, so for that reason, a winning start here in Brisbane is absolutely vital for these two teams. Well, Jordan led by keeper captain Amir Shafi, but Ray Wilkins does take a chance on a pair of rookies. Midfielder Ahmed Elias wears 18 and wins just cap number 5, while Ahmed Israiwa in the number 9 shirt here is just 20 and plays for just the 6th time for the senior squad. The Jordanians in their preferred colours here of white. This is their 3rd competition, and they have reached at least the quarter-finals in their previous 2. Coached by Ray Wilkins, the referee in charge is from Saudi Arabia today. It is Fahad Al-Mirdasi. The 4th official today is Sri Lanka's Krisanta Pereira. Iraq in green. Iraq come here with a squad full of potential. Look out for number 11, Humam Tariq, who was outstanding at the recent Asian Games in Incheon, South Korea, where he scored 4 as 14 of the Iraq players here took the bronze medal. Number 5 there, Swindon's Yasir Kasim is the sole European-based starter, while skipper Yunus Mahmood, whose goal won the trophy in Jakarta 8 years ago, Well, these are the 2 benches for Iraq. Number 6, Ali Adnan, is on the verge of a move from Turkey to Granada in Spain. He's been compared to no less a figure than Gareth Bale. And there is Ray Wilkins, short-term coach of this Jordanian team, yet to win a match. 6 defeats, 1 draw as Jordan's coach so far. 84 caps for England, and this his first taste of international management. Iraq too have a short-term coach in Rati Swadi, on loan from a Qatari club. They fired Hakim Shakir after the Gulf Cup of Nations in November. Well, Jordan and Iraq, neither team has won a game since March of last year, their last qualifier. 20 matches combined winless for the 2 nations. They are out of sorts. Can they keep pace with the Japanese in Group D? Well, Iraq were real against all odds champions 8 years ago in Jakarta when they beat Saudi Arabia. They come here with a squad rich in potential and rich in talent. As the referee starts here in Brisbane, Jordan in white, Iraq in green. As I say, neither team has won a game for approaching a year. Alongside me, Stuart Robson. Stuart, 2 teams out of sorts, but a clean slate. We begin in Group D with this opening fixture.
And they've got everything to play for. There we see Ray Wilkins. Good start from Jordan, right from the kick-off, getting it forward quickly. Set play early in the game. Iraq got themselves organised here.
Only 1 goal in 5 games for Jordan. They have been short of goals in recent matches. Rather shot shy. Both teams lost their last friendly last week by a single goal to nil. Iraq to Iran, and Bahrain beat these Jordanians by the same scoreline too in friendlies played here in Australia. But I guess we are seeing 2 teams playing for second behind Japan on current form and evidence.
And what we've seen from the first game, Japan do look to be a really good side. They've got some experienced players. They're obviously the reigning champions. Also saw a good performance from Iran. Australia have played well. These 2 sides, as you quite rightly said, are probably playing for second place in this group.
It is building nicely, this AFC Asian Cup so far. Some good games, some good goals, some good performances so far, and here a chance for 2 more teams to lay down a marker. That's Humam Tariq, who at 18 is a player of immense potential. Debut at 16, an Iraqi record, almost 3 years ago now. Plays with the Iraqi champions at Al-Shorta, from whom a number of these players have been brought. And goal for Jordan here is Al-Mirdasi, the player who's got the rather unflattering nickname of the Whale of Asia. He's a big lad, but he is a player with well over 100 caps for Jordan, and very much their first choice man. He's playing in his 3rd Asian Cup, the one man here to have played in all 3 of Jordan's campaigns now in this competition.
I'm not sure it's the title you really want, is it, as a goalkeeper?
Not really, the whale.
He's a good goalkeeper. Safe pair of hands. Does try and dominate his area.
Debut against Kenya 12.5 years ago for Al-Mirdasi. He's the skipper here.
You just hear the voice of Ray Wilkins in the background. I hope he doesn't say anything that we shouldn't be hearing.
He wouldn't, would he?
Let's hope not.
Well, there he is. As I say, it's his first crack at international management. A man who was a coach with Chelsea recently and Fulham as well. Manager of Queen's Park Rangers in the dim and distant as well. But in this short-term job as the Jordanian coach, it expires when this Asian Cup is done. On the run here is Ahmed Khalaf for Iraq, and just watched away there by Mohamed Damiri for the Jordanians.
Well, Iraq will hope he's a threat down the right-hand side. Mesh, he's got some pace. Gives a lot of width out on the right-hand side.
Yes, Iraq are players who know each other well. They've been involved now in, this is their 3rd tournament in some 5 months. 14 were at the Asian Games in Incheon, South Korea in the autumn, which they took a bronze medal in, and 16 of the players here went to the Gulf Cup of Nations in Saudi Arabia a month later, where they had an awful time and took just 1 point, and that cost the coach Hakim Shakiri's job. The coach, you may recall, was in charge of the under-20s who reached the semi-finals in Turkey at the World Cup in 2013. From 0 to 0 he went, really. He was a coach who they thought so much of, and all of a sudden he's gone. In goal here is Jalal Hassan. He wasn't the goalkeeper in the under-20 World Cup. He's on the bench, Mohamed Hamid, who has already staked his claim to be the first choice, but they've gone here with Jalal Hassan to start the tournament. There is Amjad Khalaf. Overlapping, he's got support now from Walid Salim.
Just couldn't keep that one in, Walid Salim. He's got good pace getting forward, the fullback. Both fullbacks will try and overlap for Iraq. Very much in vogue at the moment. Holding midfield players, 2 centre-halves and fullbacks that like to get forward.
Both teams are set that way today for this one. On the throw is Walid Salim for Iraq. It's for the run there of Ala Abdelzera. The nickname is the Iraqi Kakar, the number 17 with the long hail. See in a moment. In by Walid Salim here for Iraq. Into Yunus Mahmoud. Here is Ala Abdelzera, and there's a free kick here for the challenge on Walid Salim. The first caution comes to. Yellow card shown to Ahmed Elias here for Jordan by the referee from Saudi Arabia.
Well, it was deemed as a reckless challenge from Ahmed. flew into the challenge. Up against Walid. Well, he goes with his stud showing. Didn't get much of the ball. I think the referee's probably right to give a yellow card for that.
He argues his case. Referee laying down a marker here, says he won't stand for that kind of thing. And the game's first caution comes inside the first 6 minutes. Iraqi set piece. In the box, Yunus Mahmoud is their second highest scorer of all time, the number 10. In goes that free kick, and it's punched away there under no great challenge from Al-Mirdasi.
Surely got to get hold of that, the goalkeeper, as it comes in. Said he had a safe pair of hands, not on that occasion. He went for the double-fisted punch. It's a good delivery. The player should have been running across the line of the goalkeeper. Once they didn't do so, he's got to catch that.
Anxious start then by the Jordanian skipper. This is Salam Shakir, centre-half, who was a veteran of the last Asian Cup, and this is Yunus Mahmoud for Iraq, who scored the winning goal to win the trophy 8 years ago in Jakarta. The most famous goal in Iraqi football history, the one which won their only, to date, Asian Cup crown. One of 7 nations who've won this trophy. Of course, Japan are the defending champions here in Australia. On the throw here is Demiri for Jordan. To Ahmed Hayel. Demiri's cross should be dealt with here and cleared away by Ahmed Ibrahim. Up to Yunus Mahmoud.
He's going to be the lone striker, Yunus Mahmoud.
Here he's number 10 now. He's had no club now for over a year. How do you stay sharp and fit to play at this level, having not played any club football for 12, 13 months?
It's almost impossible. You have your sharpness, you've got to have your technical ability. Yes, you can train all you like, but once you get into those games, it's a different proposition altogether. Just see Frank Stapleton in behind him, former Arsenal man.
Absolutely.
Manchester United centre-forward, played together for Manchester United.
It's both in this job now since September with Jordan. Goes the cross here towards Ahmed Hayel, who tries the spectacular, and it's matched by the overhead kick clearance away by Iraq. This is Sarewa. Sarewa's ball in, and that's an easy take in the end for Jalal in the Iraqi goal. Just a cagey first 8 to 9 minutes here. The two teams just, you sense, feeling each other out.
Both are very physical, very athletic players. No real control over the game at the moment. Lots of challenges going in. Had the one booking.
Hayel, and he's been fouled here. Free kick for the Jordanians, twice quarter-finalists. It's just their 3rd AFC Asian Cup appearance. Did reach the World Cup playoffs, don't forget, for Brazil, when they were rather humbled by Uruguay across 2 legs. This is Uday Al-Saifi. Cleared away by Salam Shakir for the Iraqis. 21 here is Mohamed Demiri. Got his first ever goal for Jordan against Iraq some 4 years ago. Hayel. Now Yasser Kassim, the player who plays with Swindon Town in England's 3rd tier at the moment. Ex-junior with Spurs and Brighton. This is Humam Tarek. In by Humam. And it's rather sliced away here by Anas Bani Yassin for Jordan.
He's a busy player out on that left-hand side. Humam.
Yes, a player they do think can go an awful long way in the game. As I say, he's just 18, turns 19 next month, and he's at 26th cap here, debut at 16, and here he goes again, Humam.
Oh, he's going to struggle to keep that one in play. There was the overhead kick that didn't quite work. Here comes the second one. Good clearance.
Bang, it's gone. Ahmed Ibrahim. There is Humam. 9 of the players here were involved at the Under-20 World Cup in Turkey 2 years ago, and that nucleus they're building on. They, as I say, reached the semi-finals there and took the Asian Games bronze medal in Incheon in October time. That Gulf Cup failure was a huge surprise. They went to Saudi with real hopes of winning the trophy, but took just a single point from a draw with Oman, lost their other 2 group games and went out. That's really this squad's only failure so far, this young Iraqi group.
Well, that is the problem with competition football. You only need to have a poor first game. You can be in trouble. You lose confidence quickly. That's why this first match here is so important between these 2 sides.
As Ray Wilkins said before the game, don't lose this, just get points on the board from your first game and then build in your second and third. But this is Yasser Kassim up. It goes to Ala Abdelzera. Now Saad Abdulhamia. Salam Shakir. Jurgam Ismail. Jurgam, number 15 there, he's another of the young players who came through the under-20s. Left back who can play a more advanced role. Normally has Ali Adnan ahead of him. Here is Jurgam. Now Humam Tariq, who was, I think, just beyond the line. Offside called here by the assistants from Saudi Arabia.
Some strong challenges going in, some good defending as well.
Here's Uday Al-Saifi. But these are 2 teams who found goals very hard to come by of late. Just 1 in the last 5 for the Jordanians. Ray Wilkins yet to get to win as their coach.
It's a poor challenge. He doesn't need to make that challenge. There's nobody in behind. He's given a cheap free kick away.
Hamid Mustafa on Humam.
Very much the holding midfield player, Mustafa, who's sitting in front of his centre halves.
So a dead ball chance here for Iraq to try and exploit. This Mahmoud is in there, and here is their interim coach, Rahdi Swadi. The free kick has been played back here by Iraq. They've chosen to try and build with some patience and be more considered here with their approach play. Hit by the goalkeeper, Jalal Hassan, out here to find Amjad Khalaf. Walid Salim. Target is Yunus Mahmoud, who could be in here. Maybe just gave the defender an unfriendly nudge.
I think he was already offside as well. There was 2 things that were wrong with that. He was offside, then gave the defender a nudge. It's going to be very difficult for him to get into the game.
So a scoreless first 14 minutes in Brisbane. Both teams beginning their Group D campaigns here in the knowledge that Japan have already beaten Palestine 4-0 in the group today.
Without playing that well either. Some real quality in the front area, Japan.
I think we know Palestine are the make weights in the group here. The teams that the team that the other 3 should beat. Having seen Palestine in the Asian Games in the autumn, they're a team with spirit certainly, and won't give these 2 an easy game either. This is Ala Abdelzera. Back it goes to Ahmed Ibrahim. Walid Salim for Iraq. The Lions of Mesopotamia. Both teams ranked around the 100 mark by FIFA at the moment. Those runs, as I say, neither have won a match of any kind at this level since their last qualifier in March. 10 games each without victory in international football. Which is a slump, you can say.
Confidence the win here would give them. Unbelievable.
Walid Salim. Now Amjad. Amjad goes again, ahead Yunus Mahmoud. It's gone back to Walid Salim. 3 to find here. Yunus Mahmoud, can he make the space? Finds Yasser Kassim. Yunus Mahmoud, great chance. He's got a corner. Good challenge.
Was a good challenge, but it's good combination play. So it'd be difficult for him to get into the game. Yunus Mahmoud. What a lovely little reverse ball this was from Yasser. And a good challenge right at the end of it. See, the centre half just comes across in time. Tariq, the player that came across.
Yes, Tariq Khatib came to make sure that door was not ajar for too long. Iraq's first corner. Oh, a great connection. It'll be retrieved here though by Humam Tarek.
Always disappointed when I see a player that can get hold of the ball and take somebody on, lets it run out of play for a throw-in. Somebody of his quality.
Yunus Mahmoud. Cleared away by Anas for Jordan. There's a free kick here for the Jordanians. Iraq have only failed to get past the group stage once in their first appearance back in 1972. They are serial qualifiers for the latter stages. There is the Swindon Town man, Yasser Kassim. The Seoul-based European starter in the Iraqi team today. Bench they do have the Turkish-based Ali Adnan, who we hear is on the move, on the brink of a move to Granada in Spain. That golden generation from Turkey 2 years ago. They were surprise champions 8 years ago, Iraq, against a backdrop, of course, in that country of real turmoil. They came from nowhere under the Brazilian Jovan Vieira to win the trophy against Saudi Arabia, against all expectations in Jakarta. That was a real high point for the Iraqi game. Since then, things not so good really, but are qualifying here and have hopes of, with this young squad, building and maybe going at least the quarterfinals again. Header away by Salam Shakir. Big by North Korea in the semi-finals of the Asian Games in Incheon. And beat the Thais to take the bronze medal. Game I was at, and this Iraqi team are a team with good pace. You'll see, we've seen Humam Tarek on that left-hand side. On the right, certainly Amjad is a player who can do damage as well with his speed. Jordan here, this is Ahmed Elias on that yellow card, and battling away here with Amjad. Yasser Kassim.
He went into another challenge there. Ahmed, player that's already been booked.
He needs to watch himself, and there's going to be a free kick again here.
And there's probably going to be a yellow card there as well.
Ala Abdelzera this time. Yep, card coming.
He gets a rash challenge. The referee has made his point. He's not going to allow those sort of challenges to take place. He rushed in. It was good play by Mustafa, just lifting the ball away.
So 1-1 in cards already, with 19 gone. Ala Abdelzara joins Ahmed Elias in the referee's book, and on this free kick for Jordan is Khalil Baniadeya. In by Khalil, and the diving header clear. He's back to the free kick taker.
That was a real waste. Got to make sure you miss that first man out. And swinging free kicks cause so many problems these days. There's another foul and another chance to whip the ball in. Got to make a better job of it this time.
Yes, the set plays so far from both teams have not been of a particularly high watermark.
Walid Salim, player that brings him down.
That's the first choice right back now for 2.5 years for the Iraqis. Made his debut in the World Cup qualifiers with Japan for Brazil 2014.
The outswinger this time.
By Demiri. And he goes to coax the keeper from his line. He does well to come and claim that. Like Shafi, Jalal has hung on to that. And there's a knock too, I think, for his defender, who was rather clattered by him, Jurgam Ismail.
It's good hands. There's a long way to come, reaches out. He's got his defender to contend with. That's good goalkeeping. Jalal.
Yes, they are rather blessed in the goalkeeping area, Iraq. I spoke of Mohamed Hamid on the bench, their youth team goalkeeper from 2013. Well, this man, Jalal Hassan, is the most experienced in caps terms, 16 before today, and he made his debut 4 years ago, and we've seen there already a player who does command and convince under the high ball.
20 minutes gone, no real pattern to the play. There's not an area on the field which is causing one team or the other problems. Still, both teams trying to earn the right to play, earn the right to pass the ball, earn the right to dominate possession.
Here is Jurgam. Lost out though to Ahmed Hayel. Now Sariwa. Target here is Khalil. Now Ahmed Hayel. Dealt with by Salam Shakir for Iraq. This is maybe Jordan's best spell of the game so far. More possession in the Iraqi half, which they've not had a great deal of so far. Away though will come Yasser Qasim for the Iraqis. Look at the right-hand run made by Amjad Khalaf here.
Another free kick being given.
Scrappy so far, isn't it?
It certainly has been scrappy. Yasser just tried to play the ball in behind for the run of the wide right player. Amjad was late.
There's no card this time, but certainly another rather naughty one there from Oday Al-Saifi. With experience in Europe, he had spells in both Greece and Cyprus. The Skoda Xanthi and Alki Larnaca. In his second Asian Cup competition, now the number 8. Walid Salib. And Oday quick to close down fairly this time.
He's working hard today, as most of the players are out on the pitch at the moment.
Yasser Qasim. 3 goals in League One for Swindon this season in England's 3rd tier. As I say, a youth player with both Tottenham and Brighton before moving to the county ground to play under Mark Cooper. I get a sense already that both teams here are very keen not to lose, to take not too many risks. Here is Oday, just runs away from him.
What I would say is they're too anxious at times, particularly Jordan, to get the ball forward, hitting the balls with too much pace. They need to be rolling that ball into Oday. The left back that played the pass, Demiri.
Ray Wilkins says he has seen in his 4 months in charge improvement, though not in terms of results, but he has seen the players develop under him. 1 or 2 younger players a chance here today as well, the likes of the number 9 Sariwa, also Ahmed Al-Ayas as well, the number 18, both with relatively few caps before this competition, 5 and 6 respectively. Here is Yasser Qasim. Ala Abdelzera has been caught here. Free kick to Iraq, and a warning there for Mohamed Mustafa, who's made 1 or 2 spiky challenges, the holding midfield man.
I think it's a bit unfortunate there. It's a header up for. This is the challenge. Just comes down the side of the midfield player. I thought he won the ball, but any sort of challenge that looks like it might come from behind is deemed as a foul these days.
Referee seems a bit exacting so far as well. 1 or 2 whistles which may have been let go by others, but free kick here, and as I said, the set plays haven't been great so far from either team, but what can Iraq do here with this one for Yasser Qasim? Whipped in and it's on its way, but just runs away here. Yasser Qasim scored their only goal in the Gulf Cup in November, that tournament in Saudi Arabia. 1 goal and 1 point from their 3 matches, which saw the end of the reign of Hakeem Shakir as coach. It is tight, it is edgy and cagey. It is a game neither team should take too many risks in so far.
think it's fair to say it's a battle at the moment. Lots of athleticism, lots of determination. As yet, not too much control by either side.
Here's Amjad for Walid Salim. Mustafa. Touch on there from Hayal. Now Khalil. Saliwar ahead, so to Odai, but that's an awful pass. Straight to Amjad. And there, another clumsy tackle, another free kick. It is stop, start, stop, start, stop, start.
Yeah, it was a poor pass from Khalil, and to make things worse, he then rushed into the next challenge. He fouled his man, Amjad. He looks to be a threat on the counter. Amjad, he's got pace, he likes to run with the ball.
Two old school wingers in Amjad and Humam Tarek. Fullbacks too do like to push on. This is Jurgam, the left of the fullbacks. Jordan's lack of goals, just 3 in their last 10 internationals since the end of the qualifying campaign.
There's a handball in amongst all that.
The appeals go unheeded. It's Walid Salim. It was the Brazilian Jovan Vieira who was the coach when they won this competition. Now they've turned to a homegrown coach again in Radi Swadi, man who won 80 caps in his playing days for Iraq.
Well, clash of heads there.
Need to be kicked out here. Stop this now.
It's an honest clash as well. Both players going to head the ball. Good leap from Ahmed. Gets above Adai.
Both are okay.
Yeah, he just explained it had nothing to do with an elbow or an arm. It's just a clash of heads. Good strong defender, Ahmed Ibrahim.
Iraq are missing one of their star players here, the Sydney-based Ali Abbas, who has a knee injury. It's been talked that Mahmoud could end his wait for a club by joining Ali Abbas at Sydney FC for the next A-League season here in Australia. Hit long by Amir Shafi towards Odai. No real pattern so far, no real momentum to the contest. Here's Jurgam for Iraq. Helped on by Yunus Mahmoud for the prodigious pace of Humam Tarek. Hooked away out of harm's way by Tariq Khatib for Jordan. In the World Cup qualifiers, Jordan did beat both Japan and Australia en route to the playoff, which they lost to Uruguay. On their day, they can beat Asia's best. Jurgam throws in here for Iraq. Head Yunus Mahmoud and Alaa Abdelzer, and also Humam Tarek.
I think that sums up the first half. A lot of endeavour there on the day. Wriggled past a couple of challenges, fell over, then went into the next slide challenge. Means a lot to both of these sides.
Ooh, another challenge there, Stuart.
Yeah, you can imagine Ray Wilkins, Frank Stapleton telling these players to close the ball down quickly, get tight. Don't let the opposition get their heads up when they're in possession. As you race towards him, he's just got to slow himself down. And then jockey for position, rather than just fly into the challenge. Khalil.
Well, half an hour gone. We've had no draws, we've had no goalless games so far in this first round of games at the AFC Asian Cup. Cleared away here by Odai Zahran. Ahmed Ibrahim for the Iraqis. Did reach one World Cup, Iraq, back in '86 in Mexico. Jordan never reached a World Cup finals, though did reach that first ever playoff for Brazil. This now is Humam Tarek for Iraq, who can make things happen. Diving header clear, out of harm's way for Jordan.
He can make things happen, but as he was running with the ball, I think it was obvious to everybody inside the ground he was going to cross it, but the two players in the box made no effort to get into the box with any real determination. He's crossing it into three big defenders.
Another stoppage.
Here comes that cross. Too easy for Jordan to defend.
I think with a number of clubs in Europe in recent weeks, Humam Tarek, as I say, playing for now in Asia, but a player with huge potential. This is Demiri for Jordan. Just squirts away from Demiri. The team can get hold of things and just get a pattern going here. There is Ray Wilkins again. It's a big name choice to coach this Jordanian side. Of course, the head of the Jordan FA has been in the news recently, the Prince Ali bin Al Hussein, who will challenge, it seems, Sepp Blatter for the FIFA leadership in the coming elections. Free kick here for Jordan. The head of the FA is here, by the way, for this Asian Cup. He's in the stadium tonight.
Poor delivery.
Poor set place from both teams so far, Stuart.
But even when that ball went in, there was only one player really that was going to make a challenge. A little bit of fear in the game so far. And there's a good switch of play. Can they make the most?
This is promising. Into Yunus Mahmoud. Muscle here. And away will come Jordan. This is Elias. And then Odai goes down. Jurga. Free kick for Iraq. Not the first half an hour or so to live long in the memory so far in Brisbane.
Another poor challenge. And there's Bani Yassin flying in. Has taken a lot of challenges so far. Pacey right winger.
Here is Khalaf Amjad again. Odai tries to escape here now for Jordan. He's got options with him. Jurgam got there for Iraq, and now Abdul Zahra finds Humam. Just that one chance really so far for Yunus Mahmoud when he was well challenged by Tariq. The only real talking point of this half so far for either team. Good work here from Saad Abdelamir. Ala Abdul Zahra, Yasser Kassim. Yasser Kassim again here for Iraq. Options ahead in the green shirts. They go backwards and sideways though. But you say there, Stuart, fear.
Bit of fear.
Anxiety.
And remember, these managers haven't been in the job particularly long. There doesn't seem to be that much the pattern of the play. Not sure where their next pass is. Really good sides. You can see what they've been working at in training. You know exactly where their next pass may be. 2 or 3 options every time they get the ball. At the moment, everything seems rushed. Firing the ball at each other, difficult to control. Everything's a fight at the moment, rather than the game being played with any sort of quality. Love the enthusiasm, needs more quality.
Yasser Kassim. He'll use Humam here. There are 3 Iraqis ahead of them here. Yunus Mahmoud. Play goes on here. Referee was going to blow, but let that one go because Iraq developed. This is Amjad. Space now for Yunus Mahmoud to work in, maybe. And the ball through there was meant for the the run he saw from Al-Mirdasi, but it's one back here. Yunus Mahmoud again for Iraq. Al-Mirdasi takes aim from distance. Disappointing again.
Yeah, took a deflection. Will probably be a corner. There's the little back heel. This was the best bit of combination play we'd seen. Cut back. He was looking to that next pass. There's the deflection that takes it away for a corner.
Corner then for the Lions of Mesopotamia, Iraq, looking for their first goal of this year's AFC Asian Cup. Champions 8 years ago, the Asian Games bronze medalists from Incheon in the autumn. 14 players here were in the Asian Games, which shows how young this squad is, given that's an under-23 competition. Jurgam's corner. Another set piece which didn't really do an awful lot.
Well, they've gone from one end of the field to the other. Set piece at one end. 2 passes later, it's back with their own goalkeeper.
And the challenge on Khalil will bring a free kick against Yasser Kassim. He's got 7 yellow cards for Swindon this season. He's a player who does like a tackle.
He's playing in that central midfield area. He's the deepest of the midfield players.
This is Oday Zahran. Towards Oday. Now it's younger Sariwa. Towards Oday. And again, Jalal commands. Yasser Kassim. And he sees the run of Amjad, didn't find him. It does come now to Yunus Mahmoud, who goes again. And Jordan have enough bodies, enough presence to make sure the danger was just repelled for now.
But they're now finding a bit of space in midfield.
Space here now for Amjad Khalaf. Yasser Kassim. Waleed's deflected cross. Here's Amjad. Just marshalled there by the defender. Couldn't get a clean strike in.
But what he's doing quite well, number 7, Amjad, although he's playing out on the wide right area, when the play develops, he does go and get himself into the box. He does move in field, and a better first touch there onto his right foot. He may have been able to get his shot away. He's the player that's just starting to find that little bit of space. Another player they need to really get involved in the game is Al-Mirdasi. If you're going to play as the furthest forward midfield player in behind the front striker, you need to influence the game. Otherwise you become a bit of a liability. Hasn't really done any of that so far in this first half, the number 17.
So goalless with 39 minutes almost on the clock in Brisbane. The last of the first round of group stage matches. We've seen every team, and this one is done. Al-Mirdasi now for Humam Tarek. Iraq will build again here. This is Ahmed Ibrahim. Oday can break here with pace and purpose for Jordan meanwhile. Oday's shot is in the end fairly tame, but held on too well by Jalal Hussain.
It was a tame shot in the end, wasn't it? Found that bit of space. Good defending on that occasion by Demiri. Came infield with Amjad and won the ball. Started that counter-attack.
Heavy touch here. It could let Sariwa in. Now Khalil from distance. And again, easy pickings for Jalal.
Khalil, what a waste that was. Just swapped from the right-hand side to the left-hand side for a little while here.
Target here is Yunus Mahmoud. It's well won there by Tariq Kateb, and I think Yunus Mahmoud here has been penalised for backing in maybe.
Here is that shot. He's trying to bend it into the corner. Certainly not enough power or accuracy.
Odai, now Khalil Baniadeya. Odai with the ambitious ball here to try and find the runner. He has done. And the pullback, he's met by only a green shirt.
Oh, what a great crossfield ball that was. The next pass wasn't particularly good, but that seems to be the best option for both sides whenever they switch play quickly. Both sides playing fairly narrow at times. Really competitive battle in that midfield area. So a quick switch of play. You just find that bit of space.
Alaa Abdelzera now for Yasser Kassim for Iraq.
Here's the switch of play, but it's a bit too slow in the end.
Amjad. Yasser Kassim. Amjad again for Iraq here. The dancing feet. The deep cross for Humam, who gets it back in. That corner there, safety first from Damiri.
So that's why you chase lost causes. That's why you just keep the ball in the danger area. Seems to be nothing on for him. Damiri could have controlled it, could have done most things with it. Just puts it out for another corner. Can the delivery be better this time?
Iraqi set piece, corner. Taken here by Amjad. It's a not a great one again, a flat delivery. Some really poor first half set pieces from both teams, but Iraq especially. Ahmed Elias out now to Odai Zaran. What's Shafi's kicking like? Pretty good. Goes Jurgam for the Iraqis. Humam Tarek. Here's the pace, here's the presence, here's the threat. Alaa Abdelzera. Yunus Mahmoud. Oh, he couldn't take it with him. Nearly. This is more promising from Iraq. Walid Salim.
They certainly look the better team now. Iraq, there's more composure about their play. A little bit more pattern of play. More crosses coming into the box from them. He'll be quite pleased with the end of the first half here.
Yes, final minute and a half of normal time. Not too much in the way of stoppage time, I'd imagine either. There haven't been too many cases for the trainers to come on and intended players. The clash of heads earlier on was the only one I can recall right now. This is Mustafa Sariwa. Damiri. Decent cross, but the header from Khalil is well off target.
Maybe should have done better there. It's not a cross from the byline, it's just a diagonal ball played into the box. Khalil gets there first. Just changed his position in the latter stage of this first half. Started out on the right-hand side. Drifted out to the left. Now he's coming slightly infield. It's been a lot of positional rotation for both sides in the front areas.
Met there by Salim Shakir for Iraq. Now it's with Jurgam. Abdelzera turns neatly and Iraq retain possession. Final seconds of the first half's regulation time. Half short of chances and quality so far. This is Khalil for the Jordanians. We do have the higher FIFA ranking at the moment. The board coming here from the Sri Lankan fourth official says 1 more minute, which we are now inside. Thoughts on the first half overall, Stuart?
Disappointing. So there's lots of commitment, but there hasn't been too much quality in the game. The better quality has come from Iraq in the last 10 minutes, where they've tried to get their wide player to come infield. Yeah, just to set things up. The fullback's been making overlapping runs, been getting crosses into the box. There has been some combination play. We need to see more of it in the second half. The quality of the balls from back to front need to be much better, particularly from Jordan.
Goes Yunus Mahmoud, and that may well be the first half's last attack from either team.
I think it's fair to say both defences have won the battles in terms of physicality. Whenever there's been a 50-50 challenge, it's been the defenders that have won it.
There's the whistle to end a goalless first half then. Mr. Qasim and Iraq have been maybe the better team so far. Yunus Mahmoud had maybe their best chance too when he was well challenged by Tariq Khateb at the back for Jordan. But Jordan so far a team who've scored just 3 goals in 10 games. Now that's 3 in 10 and a half, because we are goalless at the break in Brisbane. We've had no draws so far in the initial matches in this Asian Cup. We're goalless here so far. Half-time Jordan 0, Iraq 0 in Brisbane. That was against all odds. Here they began, I think,
Flying into challenges, lots of closing down. Now can we see the quality? Can people play around that pressure? Can they make the pitch big when they've got the ball and then close it down when they haven't? Iraq looked to me as though they were just beginning to take control in the last 10 minutes of the first half. There's the player we were talking about that needed to get on the ball a little bit more. Ala playing as the second centre forward, the furthest forward midfield player, hasn't really affected the game so far.
The Whale of Asia in goal for Jordan. Amir Shafi didn't have much to do, just 1-2 crosses he didn't really cover himself in glory with.
Certainly the leader out on the field. Amir Shafi.
108th cap tonight for the goalkeeper.
But it is such a vital game. That's why I don't think we've seen too much good football, enterprising football. Both these sides know this is the game they need to win.
Yeah, absolutely.
Or certainly not lose.
Yes, Wilkins said before the game that a draw wouldn't be the end of the world here against Iraq. Iraqi togetherness at the huddle before the second half. Referee Fahad Al-Mirdasi from Saudi Arabia will give the ball to Yunus Mahmoud to start the second half. It will be Iraq who will begin this second half then, goalless at half-time. Group D, the last group to begin. This the last 2 teams to get their campaigns underway. Goalless so far in a pretty tepid, pretty tame match up to now. We hope for better in this second half in Brisbane. The team has made a change in terms of playing personnel for the second half. Jordan here on the front foot though from the off. As they did with the first half, they began with a very quick corner. The shot from range here is just watched through by the Iraqi goalkeeper Jalal. Amjad was in that first half a real menace down the right-hand side, the long-haired man for Iraq. This is Walid Salim.
There's one of those long balls played forward again without too much quality from Jordan. It'd be okay if their front players were winning some of those aerial challenges, but the 2 centre-halves have been very good for Iraq.
Handball there by Humam Tariq. This is Khalil. Combines with Odey Zahran for the Jordanians. We love a good nickname, and Jordan's, by the way, Stuart, is the Chivalrous. Here's Odey.
A nickname you've been known by, I think.
I like to think of myself as a gentleman. Hang my coat across puddles. This is Abdullah Mia.
Need to get him in the game a little bit more. Humam. Player with a lot of quality. He's got a good left foot. He can cross the ball. Had one or two crosses in the first half, and players didn't make enough determined runs to get into the box.
Here's Walid Salim for Iraq. Defence untroubled for them so far, the two centre-backs, Ahmed Ibrahim here, and alongside him Salim Shaka. This is Walid Salim. Looks for Amjad's run. Yasser Kassim. Amjad well challenged here by Jordan. They will try and build themselves now. This is Mustafa.
There's another ball played forward without any quality. Centre-half's always going to read that one and get to it first. He's had a very good game. Number 2 for Iraq, the centre-half.
Ahmed Ibrahim. Well, no goalless matches so far, no draws in this initial first round of group matches. We hope to have at least a goal in this second half. To Yunus Mahmoud here for the Iraqis, the man who's had no club now for well over a year, the number 10, the captain. He's the talisman. The cross here towards Ala Abdelzera. Now Humam Tarek. Clever dummy there from Yasser Kassim. Well read by Mustafa for the Jordanians though. Odai outnumbered here. Amjad Khalaf. Oh, he played the ball behind Yunus Mahmoud. There was potential there.
Yeah, Yunus Mahmoud, not sure made the best run either. There wasn't too much space to play in behind the defence. It was too close to goal. Needed to be that wall so they could play the little 1-2. Just come off his centre halves. Instead he made a run in behind. It wasn't the right choice. There's a silly foul.
It's Jurgam, the guilty man. He then wins the header, and it's back in his own box really by Umam Tariq. Ala Abdelzera here come Iraq now. It's up to Yasser Kassim. Amjad here just checks back. Yasser Kassim here, the midfield hub. Caught off the ball there, play goes on though, it's waved on. This is Humam Tarek. Jurgam goes on. Another silly foul by the same player.
Yeah, he made a good run. Tried to get his cross in. He actually tried to nutmeg the defender when he realised he'd lost the ball. Just gave a little tug on the shirt.
Jordan's last win was their last qualifier against Syria in March of last year, 2-1. Iraq's last win was their last qualifier. They beat the Chinese by 3-1. No team lost more qualifiers than Iraq, 3. To these Australian finals, the first ever Asian finals here in Australia. Of course, an AFC member since the middle of the last decade.
Ray Wilkins not very happy with some of the decisions that are being given by the referee here, showing his annoyance.
Walid Salim. Yunus Mahmoud makes the run here. Makes the space. Here's Amjad. Wouldn't sit down for him, and Jordan have enough bodies there to just smuggle the ball away. And another heavy tackle, a card coming as well. Yellow this time for Yasser Kassim.
Oh, it's a strong challenge by Yasser Kassim. It's his bad touch. He goes with his foot, stud raised. Doesn't get the ball. And once again, the referee probably quite right to give him a booking.
Card count is now 3, 2-1 Iraq in terms of yellow cards.
Yunus Mahmoud didn't make the most of the situation. That last ball that was played down the side of him, once he got into that position, he could be twisting and turning. In the end, he surrendered possession far too easily. That's that lack of sharpness that you were talking about, not having a club.
Over a year, which is an amazing thing. Not to play club football is, for a player at this level, unheard of.
For an international footballer not to find a club, maybe say something about his quality at the end of it.
And here's Amjad, who does have quality. Ala Abdelzera. Well, he's the talisman, is Yunus Mahmoud. He scored the winning goal which won the Asian Cup back in 2007 against Saudi Arabia, but as he left his last club in the Middle East in late 2013. Did retire for a while, but was coaxed back to play for the national team in early 2014. He was in the team which went to the Asian Games in Incheon, was the captain there when they took the bronze medal. Played two at the Gulf Cup of Nations, so he has played games for the national team, but just not any club football, which obviously is how you keep your fitness levels up and keep your sharpness up. Bizarre situation.
Well, he's leading the line here. Hasn't really had too many opportunities.
Well, here he is to combine with Humam Tariq. This is Saad Abdul Amir for Iraq, number 21. This is Sariwa for Jordan. To really force a serious save from the Iraq goalkeeper, who's had one or two very tame efforts from range to deal with, but not much else.
Oh, there's a poor challenge. He's overrun the ball and he's flown into that challenge.
Yellow card again. 2-2 in cards now. This time it's been shown to Anas Bani Yassin.
There he has the ball pinched off, and then he flies into the challenge, double-footed, one-footed stud showing. Was always going to get a yellow card for that. Reckless. Saeed Abdoumir.
Humam Tariq. Just watched here by Odai for Jordan. Goes back now to Salim Shakir. Perhaps in some poor tackles. You wonder what the chances are of this one ending 11-11. This is Jurgam for Iraq, just to escape from Odai. Jurgam here with a lovely run. He's gone down two. Referee looks and was never going to give that.
Good run though from the fullback. Jurgam racing into the box. Just sense they're the better team. They've got the better quality.
Yes, they have.
Iraq.
Jurgam's throw, he's got inside there Yunus Mahmoud, who's made the run here. Here is the captain. Smuggled away by Jordan. Now they can break themselves maybe if they've got the ambition and the pace to do it. Odai might escape here for Jordan. Odai goes on. Ball stays in bounds too for Odai. Needs a good cross, which isn't forthcoming.
That was better. They good pace down this right-hand side. What a waste. Ahmed Elias.
Another heavy tackle. Play waved on here because Iraq have the ball. Walid Salim, the fullback. Looks for Yunus Mahmoud's run. Goalkeeper Shafi checks. And Yunus Mahmoud there with a very heavy, very laboured touch. Maybe there his fitness now beginning to show or lack of it.
It was a laboured run towards the ball as well, wasn't it? This is the one. Oh dear. He pulls his leg out the way, but he certainly didn't dive to the ground. That was a big challenge as well. Defender got himself square on in the box. Up against Jam.
Here comes the American-born player, or American-based player for Iraq, Justin Aziz, born in Michigan. Plays in the MLS with the Columbus Crew. Parents are Iraqi. He's debuted in November at the Gulf Cup in Saudi Arabia. And he will be the first change made by either coach in this match. Coming on to replace Humam Tariq. So Justin Aziz coming on for only his 7th cap. Known as Justin Meram in the MLS. Parents from Mosul in Iraq. Abdelzer, a good balance here to escape. Now it's Aziz. And he goes again here. Has energy, has ideas, the American-born player.
It looks like he's going to play in a central midfield position.
Can play there, can play left wing as well. Justin Aziz.
I think the player that I was talking about earlier, Abdelzer, is going to come to the left-hand side.
Daizaran. Well, a Jordanian base camp here, a throw in the Iraqi half. They've not had too many situations to really pen Iraq in this match.
Just doesn't seem to be any real shape to the way they're playing, Jordan, when they've got the ball. It's a little bit hit and hope. Looks like they're playing off the cuff of that a little bit.
Well, Daizaran's cross towards... Oh! Well, down in the middle, it came off the head of the defender there, Ibrahim, and up over the crossbar. Bit of a scare there for Iraq. It's not been the case on too many occasions, but here,
well,
scare.
He's been really good, Ahmed Ibrahim, throughout the game. On that occasion, just couldn't quite get the header in the right direction. Just a bit too high for him. No communication with the goalkeeper. They had made a good run in behind him. Just a slight threat.
Jordan's first corner comes almost an hour in. In goes this corner. Goes Anas. Oh, real chance here. And the goalkeeper clings on. The chance really came and went there for Tarek Kateb, the big centre-back. And Jalal makes the save. Best chance so far for Jordan.
I'm not sure why he flicked the ball up to start with. It just took too long to get the ball back down.
Now the pace of Amjad.
What a big chance that was from the set play.
Another change for Jordan. They're going to send on Youssef Ahmad. One goal in 13 caps. He is a forward player.
Didn't see enough of Halil. Didn't really influence or affect the game.
Amjad. It's for Yunus Mahmoud, but it's cleared away by Jordan, but retrieved again here now. Walid Salim, the cross is too near this time again to Amir Shafi. Collision here, and the referee will stop this one.
Well, Iraq aren't happy that the foul's gone in Jordan's favour.
It was a collision for me. I think it wasn't anything intentional. Let's have a look at this.
Well, it's a foul. Tries to get in front of him. He clips his heels. It's not a dangerous foul. One player thought the ball was going to be played in behind and was running in behind. The other player tried to just nip in front of him. He clipped his heels. I think the referee made the right decision on that occasion, despite all the protests from the Iraqi players.
Well, a better, brighter spell here for Jordan the last maybe 5 minutes or so. Now showing some ambition to attack, which they hadn't shown up to now. An hour gone in Brisbane, goalless in Group D. Goes this latest free kick for the Jordanians. It's well met by Iraq, and the white shirts will again look to push on here. Ahmed has gone down. No free kick for him this time.
He had to get out the way of a big swipe at the ball from the fullback, Walid Salim.
Jordan 0, Iraq 0. No goalless games in this Asian Cup so far. We hope this one won't become the first. Here's Aziz, beaten though by Mustafa. Sariwa. O'Day. Comes now to Youssef, the new player. Demiri. of Jordan's last 5 games have been 1-0 defeats. That lack of goals, which has been a real Achilles heel in the last 12 months or so. And again here, a lack of an obvious cutting edge in this Jordanian team. This is Amjad for Yasser Qasim for Iraq. Justin Aziz. Walid Salim. Cross too long for Abdul Zera, and there was a push anyway by the attacker, I think, in there on Ode Zahran.
He tried to come round the back. Abdul Zera. Good defending by the fullback, got himself in a good position. Zahran.
Both goalkeepers have had a pretty easy workout so far in this Asian Cup opener for them. It has been very 0-0 up to now. Here is Alaa Abdul Zera, who goes on. Looks for Yunus Mahmoud here. Looks tired.
Does look tired, he looks leggy. It's a good run for him to get down the side of the defender, but once he gets there, never really looked like he was going to beat the defender, did he? Just needed to turn back out, set the play up and get himself back into the box. Very tired player, Yunus Mahmoud. He's obviously been a quality player over the years. Influential player.
That's why they're 32 next month. So
yeah, that's why they keep him in the side. Anymore.
Saad Abdul Amir here towards Amjad, but the cross too long, though Amjad does applaud the intention. Knock here for Saliwa.
Here's the clash. Takes an elbow right on the nose. Saliwa.
Jordan free kick. Foul on Ahmed Hayel. His 91st cap here, the man whose debut came 10 years ago this month against Norway in a goalless friendly. More experienced men in this team for Ray Wilkins. On the free kick, one of his newcomers, Ahmed Elias, only his 5th cap today, just steps away from this. Can Jordan make this set piece count? In by Saliwa. Goalkeeper's come and got a hand on it. It's going to break free here and sent back in by Jordan towards O'Day. Blocked away by Iraq a couple of times. In by Hayal. Away by Jurgam for Iraq.
Once again, Ahmed Ibrahim did really well defensively. The ball was bouncing around in the box. He got a good header away and then he got a good block in. He's been excellent, the big number 2.
This is Saliwa for Jordan. In it goes. It's a good one towards Mustafa as well, but this time it's dealt with by Jurgam in the air, and Abdul Zera got the ball clear enough. 25 to go. With a good spell for Jordan though here. This is Saliwa into Hayal. Now to Miri. Looked on by Mustafa here now for Yusuf. Saliwa sees or dies run, dealt with though by Salam Shakir for the Iraqis.
Here was that free kick. The goalkeeper makes a bit of a mess of it. Ball's played back into the danger area. Once again, Ibrahim clears the ball.
So still we wait for that first goal, that first breakthrough, the first incision by either team in their Asian Cup campaign. This is Saad Abdul Amir. Abdul Zera into Yunus Mahmoud. Jurgam. Pitch it away, out of harm's way by O'Day. Real hard worker O'Day for the Jordanians, number 8.
Well, he's played everywhere, hasn't he, O'Day? Been on the left-hand side, he played through the middle for a while. He's now out on the right-hand side, but covering back, now disappearing up front as this throw-in's in a dangerous area.
He's a grafter. This is Yasser Qasim for Iraq. Yunus Mahmoud with a chance. Abdul Zera goes up. Not sure where the ball was he? Back in by Jurgam. Now Odai can break. Out now to Hayal. Hayal, was he caught? No, he wasn't. Play goes on here. Referee lets it go.
It was a great ball by Odai. And then Hayal didn't make the most of it. Came inside one challenge. And then another defender was there. There's a good bit of movement from Yasser. Once again, Yunus Mahmood couldn't quite get his shot away. It's been a better last 10 minutes or so.
It's
Just beginning to own in.
Yeah, signs of life. It's been a long wait. This is Jogam. Group D's next game's on Friday, don't forget. Then on Tuesday the group concludes. The next two games are Palestine, Jordan in Melbourne, and here in Brisbane, Iraq against the reigning champions Japan. Final match day on the 20th, Tuesday, sees in Melbourne Japan, Jordan, and in Canberra Iraq against Palestine to conclude the Group D matches in this Asian Cup. Zaran towards Odai.
It's not going to please Ray Wilkins again. He's just had another word with the referee. I think they've turned his mic down a little bit.
As you can see him there in his blue bib. Salam Shakir for Iraq. Gulf Cup, 1 goal and 1 point in November. And again here you see him just trying to find the energy, the captain.
There's a good ball down the side of him and he's done well to get there, but again he just can't hang on to it. I don't think Japan will be watching this game and fearing either of these sides. I know they've still got to play well, got to match them physically, athletically, but Japan have got a much better technical squad than either of these sides.
Japan against Iraq next. This is Walid Salim. Amjad here with the running. Amjad gets the ball back here now. It's coming down to Justin Aziz. Goes outside. Deflected cross. Yunus Mahmood with a chance. Penalised, I think, for a push.
Yeah, some good play all round. First of all, Justin Aziz did really well down the right-hand side. When they win the ball back here, good bit of skill from him. Just drops his shoulder, squares up the defender. But even better defending by Zaran on the far post, the right back. That's good defensive header up against Yunus Mahmood.
Still no breakthrough with 20 minutes to play now in Brisbane. Oh, the boot was high. It's going to be a free kick here against Walid Salim. Just caught Ahmed Elias there, didn't he? He's a tough boy, he's the right back. Gave a real stare there towards Ahmed.
A chance to deliver this ball in.
Here comes the vanishing foam, which is now so familiar everywhere. Such a simple idea, but such a great idea. It just works, doesn't it?
Goalkeeper's Jalal has caught one and dropped one.
And it goes here, flicked away by the commanding Ahmed Ibrahim. Tangle of legs, and tempers just there begin to boil.
Hasn't missed much in the air, has he? Ahmed Ibrahim. Tangle of legs.
Iraqi free kick. Last 18 minutes of these two teams' first game in Group D. Poor free kick again. Yasser Kassi. or die. Still working hard, the number 8 there for Jordan. By far their best player going forward today, the number 8 or die.
He's just rotated his position all the time. He's now in the centre forward position. He's in defending a right back position for a while.
You can see Ahmed Yassin come on. Maybe they'll now try and give a rest to Yunus Mahmoud for the last, 18 minutes or so. Yep, off he comes, the captain. No great surprise he's going to not go the distance.
Well, he's done well to last this long.
Coming on Ahmed Yassin, who plays in Sweden with Örebro. He moved there age just 3. So off goes the talisman. Coming on here is the young hopeful, the young pretender. Ahmed Yassin is not really a striker, he's more of a left winger. He came against Lebanon 2.5 years ago. Scored just once against Oman 2 years back.
Well, you're right, he looks like he's going to play on the left-hand side. Another change for Abdulzera, who's going to play through the middle now, by the looks of it. He's just pulling out to the left-hand side again.
Swedish base player. Giving their captain a breather.
Struggling for breath there.
No great surprise. Puts a shift in. Here is Ahmed Yassin. Yasser Kassi. Abdulzera here for Justin Aziz's run. Armband now has been passed to Salam Shakir. Walid Salim for Iraq, up to Amjad Khalaf. Yasser Kassi. Justin Aziz peels away to this left-hand side for Iraq. It's come now to Jogan. Justin Aziz in now to Ahmed Yassin. First touch for him since coming on. Justin Aziz, he's come a long way here. Now Yasser Kassim. Iraq will keep the hammer down. From range, the fullback Walid Salim was well off target.
Oh, disappointing from the fullback. All that build-up play. Quite like the look of the number 8 who's come on, Justin Aziz. Looks like he's got some quality. Switched the play out to the fullback. Needed another cross into the box or a ball played into the front player. And it was a wasteful shot that went well wide. And that was the end of the move. I think that sums up what we've seen so far in this game.
It has not been great, has it? Jordan 0, Iraq 0.
It's disappointing because the tournament has been good so far.
It's been
very
great
good
so far.
Seen some excellent games played on good pitches, good atmospheres. This one hasn't quite lived up to what we've seen so far.
Jogan. Now Ahmed Yassin. Iraqi throw-in. Much to Ray Wilkins' consternation. Jogan here throws in for Iraq.
Always going to be a foul. As soon as he made the attempt to go towards the ball, it was going to be a foul. There's no way he could win it without going into the back of the day.
Quick free kick. Yasser Kassim. Walid Salim here can make inroads for Iraq. Inside he's got Yasser Kassim available here. He uses the player from Swindon Town. Yasser Kassim again here. Sees a gap. Yasser Kassim goes on. And the deflection gives Iraq the lead. The man who scored their only Gulf Cup goal back in November opens their Asian Cup accounts with what may be a huge winning goal for Iraq.
Well, it's lucky at the end with the deflection, but the run was brilliant from him. Just saw that opportunity to run smoothly with the ball. When it comes to him here, still got a lot of work to do. Goes in between two players there, drifts inside the next one, and there it takes a deflection off the defender. Oh, Tariq it is, comes off of, but that's really good play from the midfield player, Yasser Kazim, who I think has been one of the best players on the field, the most controlled player on the field. He's been the player that's looked to pass it simply. He's been the most creative player. And what a moment that is for him, the coach. Because this is a massive game for both these sides.
The Lions of Mesopotamia, the champions 8 years ago, are on their way maybe here in Australia. The game comes to life. Yasser Kazim of Swindon Town. His second goal for Iraq. This one might be huge. Japan and Palestine in the group to come for them. As Stuart says, a win for either here would be a great platform to kick on from.
And a killer blow to the loser.
Can Jordan respond? Towards O'Day. Don't forget Jordan, 3 goals in 10 matches. He struggled to score and they're struggling here. This is O'Day Zahran. Yusuf. Sadiwa's lost out here. Iraq can come again.
Ooh, there's a poor challenge.
Another thunderous tackle. Yasser Kazim on the end of it. We have seen, Stuart, some really tough on-the-line tackles here.
I mean, I'm all for tackling. You know, the slide challenge. But he jumps in. Oh, well.
Both have gone in for it.
Both have gone in for it. I'm not sure who commits the foul here. Does Yasser go for the ball? I'm not sure. I think he goes down the side of the ball. He might have hurt himself there. I think it's just a challenge, a strong challenge between two players. Both of them looked as though they were not entirely going for the ball.
Attacking change called for here by Ray Wilkins. We're going to see here Mahmoud Zatara come on, an attacker, a striker. Senior goals for the national team, but has scored prolifically at youth level for Jordan in the Gulf. Here now is Mustafa, and again. High foot, free kick for Iraq. Well, coming on here now is this player, Mahmoud Zatara. He's 6'1", he's a tall, fairly angular central striker, really, which is what they require here. He will replace the youngster, Ahmed Sadiwa, with 10 minutes left to play.
It didn't really affect the game. Now, what can he do? He's got that long to make an impression. He's got to do it quickly. Zatara.
Walid Salim. Aziz can get it. He's made a difference, number 8, hasn't he, Aziz, for Iraq. Looks a very sharp player. Keeper off limits, has to head the ball away and did well. In goes the cross towards Zatara. Dealt with by Salam Shakir for Iraq now. Here's Yasser Kazim, the goal scorer.
Both the centre-halves for Iraq have been really good in the air. That was another dangerous cross into the box. There's no trouble for Salam. Ibrahim has been excellent as well in the air. They're going to have to show here again. There we are. Salam wins it.
Away by Jurgam. Yasser Kazim now into the feet of Ahmed Yassin. Jurgam. I think the best team are winning here, aren't they?
They are. Hasn't been a lot in it, but overall, Iraq have had the better quality. Ray Wilkins just having a row with his counterpart. Bloody Swadi.
Jurgam rather wasteful, has given the ball straight to Shafi here, the goalkeeper for Jordan. Last 8 minutes, 1-0 Iraq. Yasser Kassim tries to release Ahmed Yassin. This game, though, we did feel was the one which held the key for these two teams in the competition, to win this and then to push on, to kick on.
Oh, he overran the ball and then committed the foul.
Yellow card this time for Amjad Khalaf.
But he's got plenty of pace, Amjad Khalaf. But on too many occasions he's made the wrong decision, or his touch hasn't quite been good enough. Overran the ball, and it's a jump into the opponent.
Cards which could be expensive come the later stages, of course. They're wiped after the quarter-finals, the single yellows. The 2 yellows equates to a suspension between here and then. All here now is Allah Abdul Zera can break with pace and purpose. That'll be a free kick. That'll be a card again here. It'll be a second yellow too for Anas Bani Yassin. Had a yellow in the first half.
He's waiting for the referee just to realise it. He goes on the wrong angle. Cannot make the challenge there. He goes on the wrong angle, and as soon as the ball's played past him, he was always going to be in trouble. Referee's just realised
he took his time, didn't he?
He took his time. You could have told him.
He can't hear me. 2 yellows then. Anas Bani Yassin sent off, and he will miss the next game for the Jordanians, which is on Friday against Palestine, the one they should win as well, that. So he's gone. His team are down to 10. They've trailed by 1-0. It's not been a great day for Ray Wilkins.
It certainly hasn't. Side haven't played with any sort of quality. It's been a battle, it's been a fight. They haven't had enough technical quality to break down Iraq. And Iraq have got that all-important first goal.
Jordan have won just one of their last 10 meetings with Iraq in competitive matches. Here's that second yellow card for Anas.
Showed good pace, didn't he? Midfield player.
Saad Abdul Amir.
He knows exactly what he's doing. He sees the challenge coming across. All he's got to do is nick the ball past the defender, and he was going to get a booking. And in this case, a second booking. And a chance to bend this ball in. Got to make it count here. Got to get it in, almost into the goalkeeper's chest. Get players running across his line.
Ahmed Yassin on the free kick here for Iraq. Tees up Justin Aziz, who tries to bend one, but it's well off target.
What a waste. Get the ball into the danger area.
Iraq in front, a man up as well. Jordan have not got going at all today.
It's certainly hard. If the scoreline stays like this, Jordan will have to get a result, some sort of result against Japan.
Well, here Jurgam escapes for Iraq here. Options in the middle too for them. Jurgam's cross, fine header. Shafi pushes the ball away. And then Shafi fouled by Aziz. The two go nose to nose as well for a moment there, which is, well, the goalkeeper here waving the imaginary card. He's in trouble. The heads went in.
Good play from Jurgam down the left-hand side once again. He's been excellent, the left back for Iraq. Good cross into the box. And they got away with it, the two players. Here's that cross again. Good header. Straight at the goalkeeper. Once he pushes it up, you can see there's a little nudge from Justin Aziz, but the goalkeeper doesn't need to react like that. That's the first header from Abdul Zera.
So last 3.5 minutes of the 90. This is Ahmed Yassin. He was caught late here by Ordai. And he gets a yellow card as well. It's now 6 yellow and one red in the match. Ordai here arguing still with the Saudi official.
But he's late. There's no question about it. But I think the referee has been a little bit too eager to book players. If he doesn't keep quiet a day, get himself sent off here.
Jordan have meanwhile brought on here number 14, Abdallah Dabe. He's an out-and-out striker. As he's chasing on here, goalkeeper Shafi did just enough, but only just enough there in the Jordan goal. It's better from him. Odai here with Abdul Zera.
He thought about making the challenge, didn't he, Odai?
He did.
Thought again.
Stays in play here, does he? Yes, it does. No, not quite. He just realised there that he was on a yellow card, couldn't take the risk and just pulled out. Here he is.
They've lost their way completely here, Jordan. Job that Ray Wilkie.
By the way, for Jordan, a fifth 1-0 defeat in 6 games.
If you don't threaten, if you can't score goals, you've got a real problem.
Al-Mirdasi here looks to give them further problems. Jurgen overlapping here. Jurgen pulls it across. Offside flag was up against him though.
Must have been a tight one. He ran from deep. Timing of the pass wasn't quite good enough.
Can Jordan's 10 men here find that inspiration to make one chance? This is Zahran. Can Iraq here seal the deal? Look at the run made by the number 7, Amjad. Another heavy tackle here, another free kick it's on. Aziz this time. Now that change will complete Iraq's 3. It'll be Osama Jabbar coming on. Player who plays in the Dutch 4th division with Alphense boys. 12 years in the youth system at Feyenoord. Did win caps for the Dutch at under 17 and under 19 level. He's a semi-professional in the Netherlands. Not a full-time footballer, but comes on here to win his 12th cap for Iraq. Last minute of the 90. Seen the board yet for the 4th to tell us how much we'll play on for, but right with that 1-0 leader, an extra man too. The red card for Anas Bani Yassin for Jordan. 3 minutes to play.
Well, at the moment, they could play 10 extra minutes. It doesn't look as though Jordan are going to create too many opportunities. It's going to have to be a hit and hope, as it's been for most of the game for Jordan. Very disappointing. Iraq have been, in the second half, by far and away the better team.
Well, a corner. This is a base camp. This is a situation, at least for the Jordanians, to maybe commit bodies forward. In goes Mustafi to join that raiding party for the Jordanians. Up 2 goes Tariq, the one surviving centre-back. Here goes their corner. Forced away by Iraq. This is Abdallah. Zahran.
Only a couple of minutes. Got to get crosses into the box. Got to get the ball forward.
Mustafa now playing as the auxiliary centre-back, given the red card.
It just doesn't look as though they've got the quality to play through the midfield.
Long from Shafi. Zatara. Here's Odai, who does have quality. Odai, deflection. It's Jurgen to clear for Iraq. Odai. Now half a chance to shoot. Zatara. It's a spectacular fall.
He's going to get booked for diving
Simulation,
here.
yeah. Blatant dive, wasn't it?
Oh, absolutely. They were quite away from it, but you could still see this was clear dive.
It's a shocker, isn't it?
No touch by the fullback, Al-Mirdasi. Another booking, Zatara this time. Mahmoud Zatara, the substitute.
So 7 yellow cards, 1 red shown by the Saudi Fahad Al-Mirdasi. Final, half minute of the indicated stoppage time. Iraq lead by 1-0. This is Justin Aziz. Outside he goes. No obvious hurry here to make inroads. Goes back to Yasser Kassim, potential match winner. Yasser Kassim again. Whistle goes, all over. Iraq have won. Well, Jordan were poor. The winning goal from Swindon Town's Yasser Kassim via a deflection. A game of few chances, not great quality, but for Iraq, Stuart Robson, this is a huge platform to build on.
Well, we talked early in the game about earning the right to play. Sometimes it might take you 5 minutes, sometimes it might take you 60, 70, 80. In the end, the Iraq side were much better than Jordan. They started to show their quality. Once they won the battle, they could then pass the ball well. This man was always in control of midfield. I thought they were by far and away the better team. One team wanted to pass it, the other team, Jordan, wanted to go from back to front without too much quality. It's going to be a tough ask now for Jordan to get through this group.
Yes, Jordan next face Palestine. It's Iraq, Japan here in Brisbane on Friday. But Yasser Kassim, former Spurs and Brighton junior, now with third-tier Swindon Town, is the match winner here for the Lions of Mesopotamia. Full-time score in Brisbane. This one finishes Jordan 0, Iraq 1. Iraq off and flying here in Group D with Yasser Kassim's late winner. Well, just the one goal, a game which didn't have great quality. But as we say, this is for the Iraqis a huge winner, a massive platform. The goal well taken too, deflection yes, but he makes the chance himself.
Well, he ran with the ball. Well, we didn't see too much of that from him. He was more getting it into midfield, passing the ball, keeping it, the move going. This time he saw that little space in front of him, went between 2 defenders, a little drop of the shoulder. This is the burst of pace, change of pace, then the drop of the shoulder to take him past the last defender, and the deflection, which really did for the goalkeeper. But he was one of the best players on the field, and he deserved to win the game for Iraq.
They scored their 1 goal at the Gulf Cup, which they went out in the first stage with just a single goal and 1 point. Here they have 3 points on the board from their first match at the Asian Cup. So Group D after the first 2 games today, Japan 4, Palestine 0. They lead the way, the champions. Iraq, though, that big win. They're now second. And as Stuart says, for Jordan to qualify now, it requires a huge ask. They have to take something from Japan, which, well,
on today's performance, Japan look a good side. Yeah. Japan look a good side. They've got some real quality. Jordan look very poor today. No creativity, no real game plan. Although hard effort and work, but not good enough today.
So the way of things in Group D, we've seen all the teams now. They've all played 1 game. That goal from Yasser Kassim, number 5 there in the middle of the line. His 2nd goal for the national team. The winner. For myself, Dan O'Hagan and Stuart Robson, it's goodbye. We'll see you soon. Iraq here are off and flying, off and running. They've won their game by 1.